Welcome to Time Roast with Ancient Legends, the only podcast where rulers, rebels, and Renaissance minds return for a roast that's equal parts comedy, curiosity, and chaos. Today's guest ruled Egypt, spoke 9 languages, seduced emperors, and still had time to bathe in milk. Ladies and gentlemen, Cleopatra VII Cleopatra!
Darling, when your eyeliner is sharp and your mind is sharper, history remembers.
Cleopatra, welcome to the show. Let's start our first segment, which is called Hilarious Eyeliner and Empire. This segment, pure laughs. We'll talk about Cleopatra's style, drama, and wild royal moments. Expect sass, shade, and sandals. Cleopatra, be honest. Were the milk baths a real thing or just historical skincare propaganda?
Oh, absolutely real. A queen must moisturize between conquering hearts and thrones. Also, it annoyed the Romans. Double win.
You had pet leopards, golden barges, and dressed like a goddess. Was that politics or just flair?
Both. If you want people to respect you, either crush their armies or blind them with fabulousness. I preferred both.
Let's slide into the next question, true or false. You once smuggled yourself into a palace rolled in a carpet.
True. My entrances are legendary. Carpets, sails, drama. I'm basically the original influencer.
What would Cleopatra do with a dating app?
Swipe right on Caesar, match with power, and block anyone who sends pyramid puns.
Well, that was royally ridiculous. But now let's strip off the gold and talk power, politics, and what history got wrong. Folks, let's start the second segment, which is called Critical: Throne Games and Roman Agendas. In this segment, we challenge the image history painted of Cleopatra. Let's dive into the contradictions. Cleopatra, for centuries, Western historians painted you as just seductive. But you ruled for 21 years. What gives?
Simple. Men feared a woman with a brain and a crown, so they reduced me to perfume and pillow talk. But I outwitted most of them. In Greek,
Rome had a huge PR machine. Did they intentionally smear your image?
they wrote the history books, I wrote the receipts. If power scares you, you make the powerful look dangerous or scandalous.
Let's go to the next one. Let's thoughtful worth you or complex out. So, were your alliances with Caesar and Antony about love or politics?
Politics first, passion second. Egypt comes before romance. Though a little charm never hurts negotiations.
Was it difficult leading in a male-dominated world?
Leading wasn't the hard part. It was pretending I needed anyone's permission to do it.
That truth bomb needs a pyramid to sit on. Now let's dig into your real power. Intelligence, leadership, and legacy. Well, let's start the third segment, which is called Analytic, Brains Behind the Throne. Cleopatra was more than pearls and pouts. She was a polyglot, economist, and strategist. Let's unpack her brilliance. You spoke 9 languages. How did that shape your diplomacy?
It meant I could bypass translators. And lies. Words are weapons. I just sharpened mine better than most kings.
Egypt's economy was struggling when you took power. How did you manage to stabilize it?
Taxes, trade, and charisma. I turned Nile grain into gold and my court into a magnet for intellects and merchants alike.
Let's go to the next scroll. How did your education influence your rule?
I was trained in science, politics, philosophy. When you know the stars and the law, ruling isn't guesswork. its strategy.
Would you say your leadership style was more persuasive or forceful?
Persuasive, unless force was needed. Then I reminded people I didn't get the crown by blinking pretty.
All right, now that we've decoded Cleopatra's brilliance, let's imagine her in 2025 with Wi-Fi and a verified Twitter account. Let's start the fourth segment, which is called Speculative. Cleopatra Modern Edition. Time to jump timelines. If Cleopatra lived today, what would she do with tech, politics, and pop culture? First question of the segment, what modern job would you take? CEO, president, or maybe TikTok queen?
CEO of a global empire. But I'd run a beauty brand on the side. Call it Nile Glow. Power with shimmer.
Would you use Instagram for diplomacy or selfies?
Both. A diplomatic DM with perfect lighting? Game over.
Next question. How would you handle the media today?
Simple. Own the narrative. Start a podcast. Control the memes. And ban papyrus clickbait.
If you had to negotiate with modern world leaders, would you bring the eyeliner or the army?
I never choose. I bring both. That's why I never lose.
And now, let's leave the gossip and glitter behind and meet Cleopatra, the woman, the soul, the legacy. In this final segment, which is called Emotional, the woman behind the crown, we go deep into love, pressure, and legacy. First question. Cleopatra, did the world ever really see you, or just the image?
They saw what they feared. Or what they wanted. Few saw the weight beneath the jewels.
What did power cost you?
Peace. I wore crowns, but rarely rested. Being queen meant always watching, always defending.
Next one. Was love ever truly safe for you?
No. Love for a ruler is risk. But I dared anyway. That was my rebellion.
What do you hope people remember you for?
For ruling with my whole self. Heart, wit, and fire. Not for whom I loved, but for what I protected.
You've just been roasted by royalty on Time Roast with Ancient Legends, where the eyeliner's sharp, the takes are sharper, and the legends never fade. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which ancient icon should drop by next. Cleopatra, any final words?
Yes. Don't mistake charm for weakness and moisturize daily.